This is a word that we are exposed to on a daily basis in our lives today. Whether it's from the movies, a TV show, the internet, a book, the newspaper. Basically, if media is involved, we are exposed to it every day. And unfortunately, I believe it's made us go through life and live life in a way that we don't really appreciate it sometimes. We don't look at it as something that we could lose at any second. After a close to death incident in my life, I now live by the motto life is short and you should live every day like it's your last. Before the incident, I was like your average high school student. I went to school, played sports, had friends, had the average B and A grades, and basically just lived life to fit in. Also, like any other high school student, I fought with my parents, and unfortunately, we argued sometimes to the point where we got really mad at each other, and I would leave the house sometimes. And if I had died that day, God forbid, I would have been pretty upset if I had just left them with an argument as the last thing that they would remember of me. Same thing goes with my siblings. And like any other high school student, I had a job, which is how this whole thing started. My job was to valet park, and unfortunately, my boss is crazy and sometimes did not have his stuff organized. That day, we had a job in downtown Detroit. I live in Grosse Pointe Woods, which is 15 minutes away. And so, 10 minutes before it started, he called me and said, "You have to be downtown in 5 minutes." And I said, "I'm not even dressed yet." So basically, I got dressed and I had to head downtown in a hurry. So as I'm flying down the roads, I'm not really paying attention to anything. I'm at a red light. And so everything that I'm thinking right now is waiting for that light to turn green. And so I wasn't really paying attention to anything else, and I'm watching the light. The car I had back then is an Audi A6. And whenever you floored the car, it always took a second before it jumped ahead. So you floor it, wait a second, and it goes off. So I'm watching the light, it turns green, and I floor it as hard as I can. It backs up, and as soon as it does that, a car zips by me about 2 feet in front of me. My car goes, and I brake immediately. And just like that, I almost died. It was pretty insane, and it took me a while to even comprehend what just happened. So I pulled over and I was just like, I almost died. And so it was pretty big, and I keep replaying it in my head, and I always think if my car didn't do that, I would have jumped right in front of this car and basically been T-boned and probably would not have survived. So every day I think of this incident sometimes, and if I'm having a bad day, it always reminds me, well, at least you're alive right now. Also, after the incident, whenever I get in a fight with my parents, I always try to resolve it, or just try not to fight at all. Another thing that has made me do is to be spontaneous, just to do stuff to do it, because why not? Life is short. So if my friends ever call me, they say, let's go do this. Sometimes before the incident, I would be like, you know what, I'm not really feeling it. But now I'm just like, you know what, why not? Let's go. Let's go down to the Packer plant, walk around, and see what goes down. So overall, after this incident, I believe that everybody should live their lives like it's short, and you know you have no idea when it could end. So if you ever are mad at anybody, or they say let's go do this and you don't really want to, just think about it. What if you don't live tomorrow? So after this incident, I've learned a lot, and now I live my life in a way that I just live it every day. Not think about tomorrow as much as possible. Of course, you have to plan for the future, but it's okay. Don't have to worry about it. Worry about today. So that's my story, and hope you guys learned a lot about me today.